I'm gonna be gracious in the first 2 minutes, and even though y'all know what it is, I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. I actually was about to lay it down myself, um, but I came across a clip from Anton Daniels, and it was a Charleston White clip, and now I myself have in my mind and from my perception and based on evidence I viewed, consider myself have been shadow banned or censored on social media platforms. So it just throughout the year, when Facebook jail became a thing, I became one of the first individuals who beat down walls to it. But I say that to say this: years after, all when people was getting in these little sentences, 3 days or whatever, 24 hours, then they jumped to 30 days or 60 days and shit like that. Uh, Before, at least myself, I became familiar with Charleston White. Uh, I had speculations about uh, the way that social media or platforms are moderated, and I guess you consider that they're. I didn't necessarily think the earlier part of Facebook was AI, artificially intelligence, where they automatically flag your comments or whatever. I was under perception that it was always some form of review panel. So in my early days of Facebook, I was a very strong Democrat. I'm very politically intelligent. At least I like to believe that I am. Uh, for the good part of the early part of my Facebook time, I felt pretty good for the good Democratic game. But then I became enlightened when it came to subject. Well, if we're not, I became familiar with Dr. Claude Anderson. And Dr. Claude Anderson was like, well, if we're not getting anything tangible and substantial for our vote, then what's the purpose of us voting? At least on the federal level, I imagine. On the federal level. So from my transition from you know and I learned, and I used to get pissed off when the good white conservatives would say I'm on the Democratic plantation. In hindsight, I can say, and I think this video may not even catch any waves because of the way I'm about to talk. Uh, I used to get pissed off when the good white conservatives just talk about the Democratic plantation. But in hindsight, considering some of the way, viewing it from not a side where I particularly favor the Democratic Party, or nor do I favor the Republican Party. I really think it's just two particular groups working in concert to give an illusion of two different sides and two different choices. But let me not. I said I wasn't gonna stay on here long. I'm about to start my monologue, but I came across this Anton Daniels clip, and the really point I want to make before I play the clip is that even in times, okay, we've seen a man have YouTube pages took down, Facebook pages put in jail. They don't really necessarily take your Facebook page. Now they just put you in a you know uh, Facebook jail, whatever. But Instagram pages, TikToks. But the thing about it is that when I say that Charleston White proves that the social media uh, and just these platforms in general, I guess in the industry or whatever, they pick the winners and losers. Because even at the times where he would lose platforms or lose or basically lose platforms, all he would have to do is start another platform, and because for the mere fact that he is a captivating enough person to draw, an entertaining enough person to draw crowds. Whether you like him or you dislike him, you still watch him. So YouTube was facing the conundrum that, well, our typical sponsors won't necessarily sponsor this, but the man does bring traffic to our social media platform. So that, and along with the fact that Charleston chose to demonetize his channel, to remove AdSense from it, um, gave him a bit more freedom than the typical YouTube. But even in that freedom, without the necessary understanding of, due to the fact that even some of the things that we might find most offensive are said in a satirical, or in the name of being a shock jock or character. So you would have like certain situations that would happen. That's why I say industry along with the social media. You would have situations where Charleston White makes a Soldier Boy, Charleston White lose Instagram page. Uh, Charleston White diss Ti son, Charleston White lose Instagram page. Charleston White uh, some interviews with millions and millions of views get pulled down from social media platforms. Not only that, you have the funny Marco interview. I guess the second part of that will never, I guess that will never come into air. But let me get to this right here. I don't want to be on here too long because I'm supposed to be about laying it down. But this is important. And I also want to make the fact that TikTok came out and said that they have a certain way where they call it they heat videos up, or they do something to the videos where they choose a video where they make it go viral. They say that it's just a small percentage though. Um, and what Anton's going to mention here is that how Elon Musk uh, had recently revealed how certain social media, well, I guess the employees of Twitter were able to basically pick and choose which um, uh, Twitterer or whoever has an account, whose ever account can be successful or unsuccessful. But let me just play this.
Think about because Elon Musk on Twitter, right?
Yeah,
Fire half the month that was in there.
great job.
So now he's uncovered, and this is recently released, and this has been suppressed by a lot of the liberal media, right? But now he's uncovered that.
See, the thing about it, the reason that would be suppressed by mainstream media is because mainstream media works in concert with social media platforms in order to direct the proper propaganda in order to get the narrative, the popular social narrative going, whether it be something of a contention or a particular law or bill or what have you. But let me continue.
A lot of the employees was intentionally censoring a lot of different people that were on platforms and then highlighting a lot of things that they thought
It's
that made the
happening
most
on
sense.
YouTube. It's
Yeah.
happening on Facebook.
Yep.
It's happening on Instagram, because what's happening is these employees,
Yep.
these are your millennials.
Yep.
These aren't your grandparents, 40, 50, retired. These are your millennials, entitled, ethnocentric.
And I don't just think it's the millennials. I mean, I think they're probably like managers or some people that will be the management team. They're not going to just let the youngsters run the household. They're going to have some form of structure by way of some hip elder, I imagine. So I'm pretty sure, considering that the millennials don't own Twitter. Somebody much older and much more wealthier than the typical millennial owns Twitter. So they would have people in place to direct those millennials. And I guess in their thought processes, they would put forth political ideas and mix them with other interests, um, political ideas that will be appealing to those millennials. And those millennials would embrace those ideas, and anyone who says something that even seems counter, even reasonably counter, even like just a tiny bit counter to what that popular narrative was, it was their intent to cancel them per se. Now, mind you, this is all during the council. This was probably during what the election was 2016. Yeah, the Hillary and Trump election. That's when they really started playing the game with the internet, talking about how badly the internet is and how the internet influences elections, and how Russia hacked the election. But what the mainstream media really still isn't telling you, and this is something that you can research yourself, that the so-called Russia hacking of the election was more smoke than sizzle, and that's just being light with it. So let me continue here.
Ethnocentric belief system, or ideology, and they take everything personal. Uh, and so yeah,
That's crazy.
This is what I mean. At least what I mean when I say there's something, and it's not necessarily, once again, it's not limited to millennials, because I guess this is some type of behavior that's been picked up and adopted. That somehow, sometimes, that folks react to things a little bit too emotionally because they don't necessarily look too much into the conversation. They put themselves into the conversation and somehow project how that situation emotionally affected them, the pain of this similar situation they project in regards to a discussion that you may be having. Maybe a discussion about, let's say, R. Kelly, or something like that. Whether it be okay to you, I understand he's a villain, but I do like its music. The music should be separate from the individual. Art and the individual personality, even though they're not possible without each other. That doesn't necessarily define the art. Doesn't necessarily define or have to represent the character or the personality of the person. If that makes sense, but that may not make sense, because that's not what I'm here to talk about. But yeah, basically, like, if you have two different views, and whatever the popular view is, uh, or at least the popular view that's propagated by mainstream media, sorry, then that's the one that will be the one that's counter to that view will be the one that's being censored. Let's say, for example, Kanye says something, and it's perceived to be anti-Semitic. If we try to debate, well, why is that anti-Semitic? Um, what is the definitions of these things? Help me understand. Then somehow we're put underneath scrutiny, where we are in turn labeled anti-Semitic. Like I say, I don't think like none of my videos, because my channel itself is shadow banned. Not only for the fact that I talk about Charleston White a lot on it, but for the fact it's labeled, it's called the Niger Room. People look at it and say, well, I can't believe he has that name on his page, when Niger is a whole country and also a river in Africa. But, uh, I don't know. Maybe it's just me being uh, damn. Let me get back to the point. I believe my page is shadow banned too. I think a lot of my pages are shadow banned, and I have resident proof. But just not getting beside the point where I'm trying to say that I'm messing up because I'm high and tipsy. But that's the excuses. But that's getting to the point where I'm trying to say that if not for these cancellations of pay, these suspensions of pages and things like that, the so-called blocking of of certain people that were, that are considered, they say that you got to work with your people, you selling out your people. The certain sometimes the biggest obstacles come from your people because oftentimes your people are in competition with you. I don't know, but what I'm saying is that if without these hindrances, if if Charles White was allowed to grow like let's say a Joe Rogan or just any old typical. I mean, I hate to put it to where it's like the black man and the white man because hell, this is the white man's system. So why would we expect to be uh, granted the same affordability or the same ranks of popularity and wealth as those who control the system? But I just look at it like this. Even though you say Google, I'm just make this point. Google has AdSense, and Google AdSense, I imagine, has all types of advertisers on it. Even with that being said, I would gather and I would gamble, everything I own pretty much, that there are advertisers underneath that AdSense umbrella that would directly advertise for Charles White just for the mere fact of the numbers that he does. But it's not about the numbers that he does because if you were able to like start a channel or a social media channel like a Instagram page or you really much just go to the YouTube page because YouTube is a tube. I think they call it a tube website where you make your videos stuff like that. If you're able to do a certain amount of numbers, then you could pretty much have your own network. And by having your own network, it's pretty much like having uh, if you get like 22,000 views or something like that, or 15,000 some views, that's like a small town television station where you can sell advertisement there for a certain type of rate. But YouTube is not going to allow that. But let me continue with the video because I went off a little bit.
That's crazy.
It's obvious because on YouTube, man, you can just look at me. That's not a machine that's doing that to me.
Yeah.
Because it's asking you, do you want a manual review? So
Every video.
come on now.
Every video.
Come on,
See?
that's man. Before I got,
Every video.
Before
Don't
I
matter
start-
how I title it.
before I start getting shadow banned, that's not man. Listen, no, that's an individual. That ain't no machine with me. That's an individual that's saying, okay, every time you do this, we want to manual. I mean, that's a person.
You know how I kind of, how I believe this? Because even with this particular video here, and all my videos ever since I started, no matter what happens, I will always have one view. And I mean, and I can't really account it to nobody. I mean, it might be a video I go live, and it's like when I had basically nobody on my channel. But I can always count on one view. At least for a while I could. I don't. It's like on and off right now because I have had the channel for a little while now. But I don't necessarily talk about I stay within the lines a little bit because I kind of halfway aspire to monetize this channel, see if I can monetize this channel, but you know I don't put too much faith in that because like I'm saying right here now, these channels pick the winners and losers in regards to the social media, and I may be call me paranoid. I smoke too much sunset sherbet marijuana, but let me continue.
A manual. I mean, that's a person. Think about all the videos I'm doing, homie. It's a mother manually looking at every last one of them.
See, do you know that I be trying to let this
Like
junk
your
go?
post on Facebook.
And every last one of them mugs is manually reviewed on yellow.
Listen, man, that's when I threw in the towel. When I realized, I said, man, it's a mother overseeing me.
Yep.
I'm censored by an individual. Man, I can't
Facts.
beat this. That's when I threw in the towel.
Facts, see.
That shit have a motherfucker depressed, man. At least in my mind, because it's like, well, I got like 30 some thousand on the Facebook platform. But my Facebook platform is connected to my personal account. So like whenever it seems as if I'm making leeway, either on the personal account or the the Facebook fan page account, uh, well Facebook like page, Facebook fan, you know, account, they'll find some way to give me some type of a penalty. You know, where I'll lose my privileges to go live, or uh, you know, or even make posts or something like that. Even to get my shit popping, they'll put you down at the bottom of the news feed per se. Where like since now you can read insights on it, like we can click on to see whether anybody looked at your post. It'll be like a cool little post. You know that usually you get like somebody look at this post. You have a cool little post. You click the insight, it has zeros all in it because ain't nobody seen that shit or was able to look at that shit. Uh, that's more than just a motherfucking robot.
Threw in the towel.
Facts, see.
Man, I can't beat this. I mean, they don't put a mother on me.
I submitted 5 different versions of the same video,
So
and all of them was manually reviewed.
that's the individual and a personal mother. So peep game, right? So this what made me get hip.
Their personal beliefs, their personal political ideologies, religious ideologies, sexual preferences, um, favorite rappers, favorite actors, favorite celebrity idols. You know, those people. If you talk about they rapper, you talk about they movie star, or they singer, or they favorite pork chop politician pastor, then you gonna have a problem because if they got the power to control the volume in which your free speech is exercised on these social media platforms, then you ain't got what else can you do but quit the site or just play along with it and see what you can get away with.
When it snuck and created a whole nother YouTube page.
Yeah.
This
Nothing associated with me.
Yeah.
Me and them people that had no problems. Once I started going live,
Yep.
and long I could get past the computer.
Yeah.
But once I started going live on that channel,
Yep.
they demonetized it. I said,
That's personal shit.
I can't. Uh, that's what happened with our president.
Yeah.
It's a few states, and I'm down there about to go get me a residence in Florida.
Now, say what you will about President Trump. President, I call him mean. They call kind Master Biden and mean Master Trump. Say what you will about Donald Trump. I've never. I mean, and it's kind of it was kind of crazy. You know, because what they did when Obama, I don't know if you remember when Obama got in. He had a little Blackberry. You know, I don't know if y'all remember the old school Blackberries. Well, they said they had to take that phone from him because, you know, that's a security breach. Barack Obama going on social media. So, you know, Trump got on there. He just got busy with the social media. But what kind of got me is how this social media platform, and this is really supposed to be just some entertainment shit, what's on your mind bullshit. How they just start striking the fucking president. That's cold game. You know, that's basically like uh, I work at this entity and I own this company, but I can shut the president up for making communications. Um, and it wasn't, you know, and then when you look at it, some of the stuff in hindsight, when you look at some of the things that happen now, Uh, that's a whole other topic. Let me stay out of that. But basically, what I'm saying is, for you have these to have these social media platforms to have the ability to silence high-ranking politicians and it just uh, once again your celebrity idols or what have you. Uh, Once again, that comes to a point of picking winners and losers. If they don't like your favorite gonna suffer. If they like somebody, if it don't matter whether you like them or not, they gonna make them go through. But it's almost
I'm there about to go get me a residence in Florida, just so I can file a lawsuit against the big techs. Florida governor put a law into place only in Florida that if you're censored by any YouTube, Instagram, and you can prove it, and you got over like a certain amount of followers, and you talk political, you can sue them in that state.
so yeah. Basically, once again, let me just get the epilogue on this. Right now, there's a backup page for Charleston White. Now, right about now, it's at a number that's lower than a bitch, and it's been up. It's been up for a few days. Normally, like as soon as a nigga go live, cause really what it is like this is someone else that they got this chatter for him and it's I guess that what they're doing is well, I can't speak for that. I don't say it too much. But it ain't Mr. Charleston's channel, but it's Mr. Charleston's channel. Uh, Uncle Charleston White. Not Uncle Dot Charleston, but Uncle Charleston White. This motherfucking page is at 240 something, and I'm like, damn. This if somebody posted an interview of Charleston White on their little YouTube page, they'd get them subscribers in like a day. Those little 200, but this has been like 4 5 days on this particular page. So in my mind, I'm saying, well, shit, they is they got some type of filter where these subs not coming through. Cause 1,000 subs for Charleston White should be easy. He get 1,000 subs a day on his regular channel. I don't know what kind of trickery them people got. That's all I'm saying. Uh, Twitter came out said that them people they pick the ones they want to pick in order to win. Uh, TikTok that came out said they got a button to push if they want a video to go viral or whatever, but they only use a short amount for a small percentage. And think about all the videos that are made on TikTok. That small percentage is a lot of motherfucking videos. So it's like, yeah, and nigga, who's that? Let me take these off. Oh, that's who was that? Unitas one. What up there, brother? Salute to you. Yeah, man. And the topic of the day is shadow banning. Um, I was actually at my conclusion, but it should for that page to be at 200 something page. We ain't nobody seen no Charleston White lives, and nigga want to. I'm sure the nigga want to sometimes go live as often as he go live. Uh, ain't nowhere really. This ain't fair, man. And it's got to be sketchy. Why they got the nigga where he can't go live nowhere? I'm good. I'm good. Everything is well. Everything is well. Everything is well. They got the nigga where he can't go live nowhere. Uh, you gotta go check the Instagrams. They don't lie there. Go check Ragged Ass Clubhouse. Ain't nothing no Clubhouse. Check the Facebook page. Ain't nothing on them motherfuckers. You know, ain't nothing gonna be on the regular Charleston White page because they got that motherfucker on lockdown. That's why they got the Uncle Charleston White page that is up for people to join on to it. So, you know, we can hear what's been going on with Mr. Charleston. I'm just saying. Y'all know y'all, whether you love it or hate it, y'all want that content. YouTube boring as a bitch without Charleston White lives. Just keep it a buck. So with that being said, man, cheers to y'all niggas. I got to be at work at 3 p.m. And I guess it's about 4 or 5. It's about 4 a.m. here. Peace to the nigga nation. Hope y'all have a great day. I believe that's what I believe. I like to believe I put up intelligent topics. You know, I believe my channel should have more people as well. Sometimes I fall back. I kind of been falling back lately. That's why when this little thought hit me after I watched the Anton Daniels and the Charles and White clip, and then I was examining some other little shit, some other little news I heard about how TikTok got a little switch where they can make your shit go viral or not, but they don't use it so much. And then you come to find out that Elon Musk and then found out about how certain employees at the TikTok was using personal vendettas against Twitter users. You can't win. How can you fight a machine like that? That's not free speech. That's not what's on your mind. That shit could make you. They could fuck around and turn you into a terrorist. You know, I got restrictions on Facebook that would, you know, I guess if they draw you hate speech. I'm like, man, all I did was share a picture that Kanye shared. This shit wild to be wild as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I like to think so. Yeah, I like to. I remain consistent and persistent to some degree. At least on the Facebook shit. I'm really fighting with I got a Facebook page with 30. It should be 38, but they steal my followers from me. So it's like a 37.8, and you know I don't know how the money is made on the Facebook shit. It's the little the fucking what they call them, the reels and shit. And I'm gonna tell you what's so wild. In order to get a check from Facebook, you have to make $100 in performance. Either performance bonus or I guess stars or whatever other that shit that is. You know, it's taken me about. I think I may be at like $97 or some shit. It's taken me like 6 to 7 months to get to that $100, and I got 37,000 motherfuckers. You know, right now, I at the beginning. This is some technical shit. At the beginning, before I started focusing on it, I was able to only reach like a few thousand people with that page. You know, it's 38,000 people. But now, you know, since I focused on it, now I got like 20,000 reach and 110,000 impressions. This is content creator bullshit. But I think my page should have more people too. I'm just thankful for who I got. Some people come and they go. I don't even use Twitter enough to even be concerned about it. I come on there and I read some people's shit, and I might throw a little jab here or there, but them Twitter spaces and all that fuck shit, that should be that should be a truth to me. Yeah. I that's what, if you like something, that's generally what you do. Even if you just hit a like on a motherfucker shit, you ain't just you. I agree with a share, you know, because even if you may not like what I'm talking about, maybe somebody on your feed might fuck with a nigga, you know, but A prophet is not loved in his hometown. You can't you can't look for your people to make you big. You got to look outside your circle of individuals, because I can go on my Instagram. My Instagram was doing kind of good, but in most of my Instagram insights and out, my good insights come from non-followers. So I guess it's kind of what I'm trying to say is, well, stay true to yourself, but don't try to win over your hometown. Try to just win over the people. You know, I try, to be. I don't want to. I don't want to step offend anybody. I might have grew up, man. Fuck them people. And people ain't putting that on your motherfucking table. And people don't give a fuck about really the fuck about you. You be, I guess, aside from your family, and you got to consider that not all your family necessarily care about, they'll laugh at you if you crash out on this motherfucking internet shit. But that's fine. They know I crash out in real time, and still not give a fuck, cause once once what they know is within you has been exposed. Man, let me get the fuck off here, because I've been on some. I done went all off the topic, man. Yeah, man. In shadow banning, man. Let a nigga talk, man. Take the headlock off Charleston White so we can get some content. The nigga, shady niggas that fucked off the shows. You get some shows though, but really what he need to do is make a comedy CD, make his own CD, make a Charleston White, make a Rat Williams DVD, sell that bitch, stream that bitch like through Vimeo or Tubi or whatever the fuck. You ain't under contract, Mr. Charleston. Make a motherfucking rent you out your own little space and make you a Charleston White. Shit, matter of fact, make it the Charleston White Say Cheese comedy DVD. And sling and stream that motherfucking bitch. You can either, like, while it's going on live, you can do some motherfucking what they call that shit, the old school shit where they used to fight, used to do it to fights, telestream that shit. But who am I? I'm just a po nigga with suggestions. Peace to the nigga nation. Hey, who came through? Unite to us. Probably unite to us. One. I sure appreciate you coming through. You know, a church is one or more. That's what I said. We didn't have church this morning. Peace and love. I'm out.